All right, cool. So first things first, I want to know, what were your holiday traditions like like when you guys were growing up?
Okay, you want to start? You want me to start?
I'll start.
You
I'll
start.
start. Mine is going to be less exciting.
Mine's not very exciting.
I'm Jewish, so are we
Same.
talking about Thanksgiving, all the holidays?
Hanukkah. Tell me Hanukkah.
My Hanukkah traditions. Um, yes, I actually do. I mean, I have very lovely memories of turning all the lights off and lighting the candles, and my family singing. And Hanukkah, although it is not a high holy day in Judaism,
Yeah.
is nonetheless it is nonetheless a really lovely time. There's something a little bit magical about when the lights go out and the candles and the singing. And I mean, the gift is all fine, but the that part of it I recall very fondly, the 8 nights. But then, of course, it was always before Christmas, and then Christmas would come and be like, I'm not participating in this holiday that everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. And I think there were a couple years where we sort of did a Christmas in my house, just so that my parents' kids didn't revolt. But it was mostly about the Hanukkah and the I did. Yeah, it's a very sweet holiday.
Yeah. Did you ever put up a Hanukkah bush?
No bushes. Not in our house. No bush. I honestly, I mean, I might be making this up, but I swear we might have even had a Christmas tree like once or twice. I could be making that up. My parents could watch us and be like, no, we didn't know. Nothing like that ever happened. But in my mind, somehow, I feel like I remember a tree. I have much more substantial traditions now.
Yeah. Kelly, what was the holidays like for you?
Oh, Christmas was. What'd you say?
You sang in choir, right, in church? I remember when we talked. So did you do a lot with that, like for Christmas and stuff?
Yeah, so I was on the worship team, which are like the people up front who get the microphone standing in front of the choir. So I did that. We always had a Christmas Eve service, and then like the church has a candle lighting service where everyone has a candle and you pass it down and we are the light of the world thing. It was always really sweet. So I did that. Christmas was huge in my family. Like the whole family would get together. We'd open one gift on Christmas Eve, and then you would get all the rest of them on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
But I was, I'm the product of parents who split when I was a baby. So for many years, and then I had like another, like it's a long story, but very extended family. So I would go to all of them every Christmas. So it was just like a lot of driving around.
Yeah. So my little buddy Teal Wicks and I were talking about your tradition about your Christmas tree being up until the first warm day of the year. So we had a full-on conversation about that. So will you tell me a little bit about that and and her question was, and I quote, ask Jarrod and Kelli what the temperature is of the first warm day of the year.
What constitutes the first warm day?
Okay, so
that's what Teal was asking.
Full disclosure, this year it didn't come down till July, but that was only because we left here in March and it was still up, and we didn't get home until July. So it's actually not up yet. And normally it would go up. I like it before Halloween, but we've sort of come to it like right after Halloween, it goes up. Mm-hmm. And then I got to be honest, it normally the average has been April is when it comes down. And I would say like the first warm day is like high 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
the first it's nice out. Like then it comes down.
Let me qualify some of these rules. The April thing is mostly because I'm like, my birthday's in April, and I'm like, it has to be down by my birthday because it's embarrassing when people come over for like poker night in April and the Christmas tree's up. And and also that whole like first nice day thing, that can't be in January. Like if there's a freakishly warm day in January, she won't. It's not coming down. So we're really, the rules are like, it has to be a really nice day. Yeah. And more than just one. And it has to be at least
nice out
February,
now.
March. Like it can't be January.
Yeah, it's come down in March before. Here's the thing.
65 in January wouldn't cut it.
Seasonal affective disorder is a real thing. Okay. Yeah. It's cold, it's gray, and the Christmas tree brings the warm and fuzzy feelings.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So this is what it is. But when it's nice out, then you don't want to be reminded of winter hot cook. You want to like get your iced matcha and go outside. And then come down. It's more about like, you know, taking care of your mental health.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
And, you know, of course it's like, obviously it's weird that it came down in July this year and because we weren't here. But in all fairness, we were here until March 8th and it was still up and we hadn't taken it down yet.
Yeah,
then
but it was still winter.
Then we left for 3+ months and weren't back until July, so we didn't take it down to July.
Yeah. Yeah, Teal and I had a whole full-on like 15-minute conversation just about your Christmas tree.
Because she probably came here in spring and was like, what the hell is going on?
She was here a bunch of times and we were like, why is that
she was like, why is this still up? Okay.
Yeah, she has told me. She's become like my little buddy over time. So her and I talk a lot, and she has told me about your Christmas tree and your poker games and your Thanksgivings.
Is Dee up on the wall behind you? Who is that girl with the bangs?
Dee.
It's Dee. I love it.
You're not the first person to ask that, and you won't be the last person to ask that. Michaela's
so distinct.
Michaela's asked. Kara Lindsay's asked. Teal is asked.
Yeah.
Yes. That is Dee.
I love it.
And you're next to Diana DeGarmo.
Oh, I'll take it. Great. Awesome.
Yes, you're between Diana DeGarmo, someone who worked in radio, and below you is Olivia Kaufman from Mean Girls.
Awesome.
But yes, you're up there on display. You're up there on display with everyone else on Broadway that I've spoken with.
Amazing. That's really cool.
Anyway, so so Jarrod, you opened Share at the beginning of like the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it like performing? Like, I know New York, it's such a magical time of year during like the December time. So what was it like opening up a show during that time?
We opened in early December. So honestly, I mean, a lot of the very specific sort of pre-opening energy of a show does kind of go away after opening a little bit, right? So it's like you like build up and there's rehearsals and there are changes and it's crazy, and then you open and it's reviews and then you're in the run of the show. And especially because it was like December, then suddenly it was like not only we're in like a normal run of a show now, it's the holidays, which on Broadway is, I would take it right this moment because Broadway is shut down forever. But when you're sort of in it and the grass is always greener, you know, holidays on Broadway is kind of cruel. I mean, there's a little bit of punishment there. You get just the 2 days off of Christmas Eve / Christmas Day, depending on how they do it. Usually Christmas Eve. Sometimes they'll have a show, like a matinee, depending on the day.
On Christmas Day.
You might have a Christmas Eve matinee or a Christmas Day evening show. Like it's the 24 hours from like the middle of Christmas Eve to the middle of Christmas Day that are sort of sacred.
Didn't Drew have like a waitress show on Thanksgiving one year?
Yes. Oh no, oftentimes. Like he would, like
you have to
our
go to
buddy
work.
Drew Galen would come to our dinner to start eating at like 5. Then he'd have to leave to go do waitress, and then he'd come back afterwards for dessert and games. I mean, that's messed up. Like it just is, you know, like it's just crazy. But nonetheless, I would take it. I don't remember, honestly. I don't want to give you an uninteresting answer to this question. I don't remember there being anything specific about having opened the Share show just before Christmas, or that there being anything particularly unique about having it's mostly
what's unique is that you have to look shredded in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
And like you just get out of they just left Thanksgiving and like have to think about how much they're eating because they're living in like the skimpiest costumes.
There's that. And yeah, and it's really it's like the general gist of being on Broadway during the holidays, which is a little bit like everyone else is experiencing the holidays and you're working to entertain the tourists who are in New York for the holidays.
Yeah.
We never get to see our family because there's just not enough time.
Yeah.
Even like Thanksgiving, more often than not, you have Thanksgiving off and then 2 shows on Friday. And you're like, well,
you might as well not have Thanksgiving.
Right.
Off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I didn't really.
And like at Wicked, they do 16 shows in a row. They actually, they don't give you a day off because the holidays are such a lucrative time for Broadway tickets. So you don't get 1 day off in 2 weeks. You do 8 back to back. And then you get 2 that next week, like you'll get Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
God.
Like
it's crazy.
There are rules for like how many they can have in a row because of the way that producers used to sort of exploit how much money they could make over these holiday shows and charge more money. And like, well, let's pack them all in.
Yeah.
Depending on how the days fall for Christmas Eve and New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, depending, you could do a lot of shows in a row.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it's like pretty tiring. And I remember I saw you and Cher for my high school graduation, and I missed you in Wicked by like a week. I remember last time we talked, I missed you by like a week.
Right.
It was like like before Ariel came in.
Oh yeah.
So I missed you by a week, but I did see you and Cher and thought you were Sunny for like half of it.
Thought I was Sunny?
Yeah, because of how the voices are like the same. Like when you would do your Sunny voice.
Yeah.
I thought it was, this is Cher Enterprises, and like your whole, my favorite line of the whole show, and I told Michaela this, was when you say at the end during the Sunny speech, "Stupid tree, I should have ducked." That's my favorite line in the whole show.
That's funny because that's some dark humor. You must have
dark humor.
Dark humor. Yeah.
I didn't really think about it as that dark, but I thought it was hilarious. That was the one part where I did not get emotional during the show. I started crying.
Oh, good. All right, good. Yeah.
But
I mean, they're trying to make light. We were trying to make light of it as much as, and they have that, they had the sort of wicked sense of humor between the two of them. We thought it was sort of fun that you would let everybody in on the way that they might joke about it together.
Oh yeah, totally. So Kelli, tell me about your first Hanukkah.
Oh, my first Hanukkah. Okay, so what was great is my church was very into like the Jewish holidays. So we had learned about it and done it in church and stuff, and we'd celebrated Passover. But Jarrod was my first like private Hanukkah, and I think I get a little more excited about it than he does because he grew up with it. But for me, it's like this new thing, and I think it's really beautiful. So like I remember, I think it was our first Hanukkah, I printed out like booklets that had like the Hebrew and then like the translation of all the texts. Yeah. And then there was some like Bible verses about Christmas, and we like read everything. Yeah. And like celebrated, did like this mishmash Christmaka sort of holiday together. And I still have those printouts, and now I don't need them because I know how to sing all my Hanukkah songs off book. Thank you. But like, I think I was like, let's do dreidels, let's do gelt, let's go crazy. And then he was like, we just sort of light them, and like, that's it. Like his family was like,
that's like my family. We just light it and that's it. We don't go all out.
It's like you've been doing it your whole life. It's not, and for me, I was like, wait, no, it's very weighted and very traditional. We need to do more things.
Well, and the part of it that has any true significant religious value is in the singing and the lighting of the candles and the representation of the the miracle oil. The dreidels and the gelt is like, that's
the fun part.
Real. Yeah, that's Easter Bunny stuff. That's not real.
The dreidels and the gelt are the fun part.
For real.
I know, but that's not like, it's not like not the significant, meaningful.
Right. Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, you get 8 nights of Christmas, essentially. Like, I love Christmas. I'm like, this stretches out for you. Let's do you and then Christmas and then go back to you. Like, I'm also somebody who talks about birthday month. Like, if your birthday's in April, like, you get every day of April is your birthday. Like, I think I love holidays and celebrations.
Yeah, so starting Thanksgiving, then through Hanukkah, Christmas, and then Kelly's birthday's in January. We have a lot of celebrating that we do for like 2.5 months straight.
Oh, party doesn't stop.
No.
The party doesn't stop at all in your house.
No.
No. I want an excuse to eat what I want.
Mm-hmm. Which we find all the time.
And to play games and have a good time.
Since you've been back, so remember you were out of town the last time we talked, have you gone to that dangerous Rite Aid since she told me about Rite Aid being open 24 hours and how it's very dangerous.
Well, it's dangerous because we go in the middle of the night and we get snacks.
Yes.
Yeah, we frequent the Rite Aid.
Yeah, when they switched to 24 hours, that became like, we could go get Doritos at 2 a.m. That was trouble. Yeah, there were definitely some nights.
Yeah. As it gets colder, we're a little less want to leave the house.
Yeah, we haven't done any middle of the night since we've been back, I don't think.
We haven't really needed to, because when we stay, so we have this place we stay at in New Jersey, sometimes at the beach, and there's a chocolate shop nearby that's my favorite, and so we just load up on that, so we're always stocked in the kitchen.
Right. It's not that we're not snacking at 2 a.m. It's just that we don't have to go anywhere to get
It's just that we already have all the snacks we need.
Oh yes, for sure. I love food.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
The reason to live right now.
I know. Jarrod, what was your first Christmas with Kelli like? Was this like your first time getting like exposed to like Christmas and what like people like, like the holiday and stuff like that?
It wasn't my very first like Christmas of any. It was my first Christmas that really mattered.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my first time like being around a tree or
that means my ex-girlfriend celebrated Christmas.
But also, like, forget that. We also live in the United States, and the United States is primarily, a Christian country, and so there's, it's almost impossible not to experience Christmas in some capacity. But but we, got a tree, and actually, our first Christmas together. We weren't living together yet because we got together in late summer, and so our first Christmas together was only 4 months later. But we did get the tree for your apartment.
Yeah.
And
we almost set the house on fire.
And decorated it together.
Oh Lord.
Oh, because of the
my roommate at the time, who was a genius, got a large tree and put it against the radiator, and it was real, and it literally caught on fire.
Oh my God.
And it was too big. Like it looked like it was like shoved. It was. I do a fake tree now, obviously, because it stays up for 9 months out of the year.
Right, it would rot.
It would rot. It would be horrible. But
so that was our first Christmas together, and by the following, we did live together.
I think so.
Yes.
By 2012, yeah. So our tradition is we get a new ornament every year.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we have a couple traditions. We get a new ornament every year that sort of culminates what that year was. Sometimes it's a job. Sometimes it's a trip we took. So it sort of culminates that year. And so the whole tree now is like basically for every new ornament that means something, we take away one of the like basic ones we bought at Michael's.
Yeah.
And then we also volunteer. That's a big part of what we do. I work with this organization called Stockings with Care that like, and I'm a captain. So we get like everybody in our building to basically take a child, to be a Santa to a child. And it's
cool.
A lot of single moms in these like homeless shelters who can't afford gifts for their kids for Christmas. So you sponsor someone and then they give the gifts to their kids, the moms, as if they bought the gifts.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
To give their children this like magical Christmas morning, and it makes them feel empowered as a parent. And so it's very cool. And we, cause I'm a captain, so we get everybody in the building to do it. So sometimes we have, 30, 40 Santas, each of them buy 2 to 3 gifts. So our apartment has like 120 gifts in it.
Oh my
God. For kids that we're organizing, and then the trucks come in. So like for like a week, there's gifts everywhere in the house. It's so cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. Oh
Our first Christmas card, because we always do we have a lot of Christmas traditions. We always do a really funny Christmas card. Do you know this about us?
No, I just know that you told me that you guys were long lost, like brother and sister.
Get the Christmas cards off of there's one on the fridge and then the other 2 are in the basket. So our first year, it was just sort of fun, but we had all the presents for the kids. So we didn't need to like do a setup. We just took pictures like in front of all these gifts, and it was really cute. And then we started doing like really funny cards. I like to always like dress like a man in them if I can.
I love it.
I don't really know what my obsession is with like facial hair, but I have sort of like a thing where like I'm like, I need to have a beard for Christmas. So wait, he's gonna find them for you and I'll hold them up. But yeah, we have a lot of like, we love the holidays. We have a lot, and we do a Friendsgiving every year, which we obviously can't do this year. But we host like 18 people in our home. All the people who can't get home to be with their families because they're on Broadway or whatever, they come here, and we put 2 huge tables together, and it's super fun. And like, so we're doing a Zoom Thanksgiving this year.
Who usually is on your guest list for Friendsgiving? Who
is?
Yeah.
So every year,
I've met some of them.
I'm sure you have. Dee and Ben and Dee's mom Karen came last year, and Michaela and Nathan and Michaela's mom Karen came last year.
Oh, they both have Karen moms.
Yeah, both of their moms are named Karen. Jarrod and Drew have this tradition. They actually go out to this turkey farm in Queens and like slaughter the turkey themselves.
Violent.
Yeah, well, they allow you to do it. So if you're going to eat it, at least you're killing it. So he and Drew actually already went on Monday and got a turkey. So Drew and Julia, Drew Galing and his girlfriend Julia Madison always come. And who else always comes? Rashad Naylor usually comes. Sometimes Joel Wagner. Who else if he's not with his family?
Tom and Teal.
Tom and Teal came.
Right, Tom and Teal came last year.
Just a lot of different. Jen Colella's always here. Jenny Anderson.
Tom and Teal came last year or the year before?
Maybe the year before. So this was our first. And then it was like,
yeah.
are you as excited as we are? And then like, obviously I'm more excited than Jarrod.
That's hilarious. I love the dreidel shirt.
Yeah, it turned. And that's Merry Christmas at the bottom every year. Can you read that?
God. I love it.
Okay, so then we had this one. This is an elf may have mentioned you were good this year. And then like I'm the elf on the shelf. I mean, I'm the mention about and Jarrod's the elf.
This is hilarious.
It's so stupid. Okay. And then this is like more appropriate this year. Okay, 2019 was a beast. Wishing you all the beauty of 2020, and then 2020 was a shit show. He's a Lumiere menorah.
I love you guys are so creative. I love it.
I'm a beast Santa. And then Josie is saying there might be something there that wasn't there before because she's new to the family. She's Belle. And I'm not pregnant. And everyone was like, are you pregnant? They thought this was my like pregnant photo.
Just because it says like,
there's
something there that wasn't there before, and she has a hand on a big fat
But like,
belly.
can you imagine announcing I'm pregnant this way? This would be so sick. Yeah. Anyway, so those are a few of our Christmas cards.
They're hilarious, and I wish I had the creativity that you two have.
Well,
and the time.
And
inclination.
You have to have the time. You're a very busy woman. We are not.
Yeah. If I wasn't in college right now, I probably would have.
There you go.
More time.
But Jenny Anderson always takes our photos.
Right, you have to have Jenny Anderson too.
We have a best friend who's a professional photographer. We got really lucky.
That's hilarious. Did she take your wedding photos too, or no?
She didn't actually. No, we had another friend at the time who was very close to us, who has since moved to Savannah, Georgia.
We had him and someone else.
Well, yeah, but who cares?
Yeah, I've seen your wedding photos on It's Always Sunny. I may or may not have seen all the episodes.
Oh, they're good episodes. They're funny.
They're
I
funny.
put a lot of work into those.
Yes, you have, and now you're on my list of people I've met from the Share Show. But the only main cast members I haven't met yet are Matt and Steph.
You'll get them.
There's time.
Matt.
Heidzik. Haven't met Heidzik. Haven't met Steph. Everyone else I've met. I met.
Check them off. I have no doubt at some point.
Yeah.
I met Michael at the stage door. Michael Barrett met at the stage door.
Amazing.
And what about Michael Campano?
I interviewed him.
Oh, great. He's so sweet. How's he doing?
Good. He loves you guys, and he loves Teal, and he loves Michaela.
He's a sweet bee.
Yeah.
I love that Michael Campano.
Yeah, he's a good one.
He is a really good boy.
He's just so positive about everything, which I love.
Yeah. He's got a great attitude.
Yeah. He is positive. Yeah.
He's very, very positive about life. He has a good look at life.
Yeah, he's quick. He's quick to smile and yeah. I really.
He noticed D behind my shoulder, and he's like, "Can I be on your wall too?" I'm like, "I'm one step ahead of you." I was just about to ask you to be on my wall.
Cute.
But anyway, describe your 2020 in one word, and then describe what you hope your 2021 will be like in one word.
Oh, God.
Insular. Hibernative. No. I guess 2020 was learning.
Yeah, introspective.
I hope 2021 is healing.
I like it.
Yeah, for our country, for our business, and for our hearts, and for our bodies.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be mine. Insular healing.
Yeah, introspective and Oof, God, 2021. It's like, how do you even describe it in one word, what you hope that it is? But dawn. I hope it's a dawn, like a dawning.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
2021 can't come soon enough. It's only November 25th.
But I don't think the year changing is going to change much,
No.
Yeah, maybe January 20 will change, but
yeah, that January 20th can't come fast enough. That's for damn sure.
Oh, I'm with you.
Whew.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yep.